As a new food delivery driver, there are some things that you just don't know yet. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 different tips as a new driver that's going to help put more money into your pocket. My name is John McFall, and I want to welcome you to the McFallRI channel, where I teach you how to make $25 to $30 an hour doing food delivery. As we get into starting doing food delivery, everybody goes through it. There's a learning curve, and there's just some things that you don't know until you actually get on the apps and start taking orders. So today I want to talk to you about these 5 different things that are really going to help you to not waste time while you're out there, and they're also going to help you put more money in your pocket at the end of the day. If you enjoy this video, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. The first tip I want to give you is to do not wait at the restaurant for the orders to get done. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is your time is your dollars, and if you are sitting waiting at restaurants for too much time, it's going to be taking money out of your pocket. There are only so many orders that we can do as food delivery people. Typically, it's going to be anywhere from 3 to 4 an hour. Once you get really good at it, you can do a little bit more than that, but a good average is about 3 to 4 an hour. So when you get to a restaurant, what I recommend that you do is go up to the counter and see how long the order is going to take. I will not wait more than about 5 to 8 minutes for an order so that it doesn't waste my time when I'm out there. You got to keep in mind that you have to keep an eye on your completion rating, because the more orders that you take and give back, the more detrimental it can be for you. But if you complete about 80 to 85% minimum of the orders that you accept, you'll do just fine. So make sure you're not waiting too long at the restaurants to get that order and get down the road. The second thing I want to tell you is something I talk about a lot, which is using the navigation in the apps to get you from where you are to either the restaurant or from the restaurant to deliver the order to the customer. I highly recommend that you turn off in-app navigation on DoorDash and on GrubHub. Uber, you cannot do this. However, when you get the address for either the restaurant or the pickup, use the map apps like the Apple Maps or the Google Maps to get your directions. And the reason this is because the apps will not send you on the shortest route possible. I'm going to say probably 80 to 90% of the time. The apps will send you what they consider the quickest route possible, or they will send you on a route that's going to get it to the customer in the time that they told the customer it will get there. But this is not going to be the shortest route that you can take. You can literally, I've shown examples in some posts and talked about it on some videos where I've literally knocked 3 or 4 miles off of a delivery because I went to Apple Maps or Google Maps and found the quickest route to get there. In other words, the shortest distance to get there. And even if it adds another minute or 2 to my guesstimated delivery time, I'm okay with that, because it's knocking off so many miles that it saves me money in the long run that I would put in my gas tank. The third tip I want to give you is actually waiting on customers. When you get to a drop-off, the customers have placed the order. They know the order is coming. When you arrive to drop the order off, that customer should be available for you to deliver the order to them. If it is especially a hand-it-to-me order and you get to a door and you knock and ring the doorbell to give them their order and they don't come, immediately start the timer on DoorDash, or Uber kind of automatically starts the countdown timer once you arrive and they see that you're not delivering it. But make sure that you use the countdown timers on the apps, because your time is money while you're out there, and you are not paid to stand there and wait for somebody to finally come to the door. So make sure if you go to a door and you knock on it or ring the doorbell and somebody doesn't come, especially on DoorDash, start that timer, that countdown timer, so that you're not wasting any more time than you have to get that order to the customer. When you start the timer, it lets the customer know that you are there, and it also tells them they have a certain amount of time that they need to get that order from you. The fourth thing I want to talk to you about is making smart decisions when it comes to doing food delivery. And what do I mean by this? When you go out to make money on food delivery, there are a few things that you really have to keep in mind to get the most money when you're out there. Some of the most important things are figuring out what the best day of the week is to go out and make money. A lot of times it's going to be your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but in your marketplace there might be some other really good days to get out there and make the most money. Also consider the time of the day. Everybody and their brother thinks that the dinner rush is the golden pot when it comes to food delivery, and this isn't always the case. I can go out in my marketplace. I've done a lot of videos on it where I talk about going out on, Saturday morning or Sunday morning and getting a ton of good orders because people are ordering breakfast from certain restaurants in my marketplace. So I know exactly where I can go on Saturday and Sunday mornings to get really good orders that really are similar to what I would get on a dinner rush. Also, really learn your marketplace. What do I mean by this? You've really got to understand how your marketplace works, and don't rely on the hot spots on the apps necessarily to find the best money. I always tell people to go out there and find 4 or 5 different what I call sweet spots. I'm a multi-apper. I use DoorDash, Uber Eats, and GrubHub, and I have 5 areas in my marketplace that I can consistently get good orders on all 3 of the apps, so I know right where to go in my marketplace to get the orders that I'm looking for. So make sure that you really figure out in your marketplace where you can go and get the best orders, and don't rely solely on the hot spots. The fifth and the final thing I want to talk to you about is what you actually accept on the platforms when they send you requests. I've talked about many times that you need to make sure that you try to keep your completion rating and your acceptance rating as high as possible, but that doesn't mean that you have to accept all the crap that they send you. Look at the dollars to time. What is the dollars per hour that you're going to make every time you hit that accept button when you're out there doing food delivery? Also look at the dollars to mile. The better dollars per mile that you're getting on an order, the better overall pay that you're getting. Also make sure that you understand what restaurants are the right ones for you to go in your marketplace. There are certain restaurants in my marketplace that I absolutely refuse to go to because they are so busy that it takes me too long to sit there and wait to get an order. So as you're out there starting in food delivery, make sure you pay attention to what restaurants are fast and which ones are slow, so when you see those orders hit the phone when you're out there working, that you know whether or not you should actually take those orders or not. The final thing when it comes to this is you have got to understand where in your marketplace the order is dropping off, because if you're going to be taking an order that's dropping off in a location that's not going to get you another order or another good order, this makes absolutely no sense. Obviously, if the platform send you a $30 order and it's delivering 15 miles, and that 15 miles that is dropping off to is dropping it way out in the boondocks, and you've got to drive 10 or 15 miles back to get another order, even though it's paying you $30 for 15 miles, this is just not a good business decision. So make sure you understand where the orders are dropping off in your marketplace, so when you drop off the one that you have, you can get another order. So make sure that you pay attention to these different things I talked about, because this is really going to help you when you're out there doing food delivery, make the most money while you're out there. Also would like to remind you that down here in my description I have some great tools for you. The one I want to talk to you about today is my Metric Spreadsheet. If you want to get best out there when you're doing food delivery, it starts by keeping track of your numbers. I'm going to throw it up here on the screen real quick so you guys can check it out. If you look at the left-hand side, you'll see I always put my start time and my end time. This gives me the total time that I've worked. I also put in the miles. If you look to the right then for each individual app, I put the dollars that I made, the time that I worked, along with the number of deliveries. Head to the bottom and you'll see it calculates out what your average dollar per hour, dollar per mile, and your average per order. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days when you're out here doing food delivery. So keeping track of these numbers will show you where you are and give you a good average so you can see if you need to improve. I'd also like to ask you to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. Finally, I want to say, if you would like to really learn how to do food delivery, my food delivery playlist here will teach you what you need to know, because I have all kinds of strategies and education in there that gives you the information to make the most money when you're out there. So go check out that food delivery playlist. I got almost 200 videos on it and it will help you. Finally, I want to leave you with, I hope that you are out there getting the money that you and your family deserve. And with that, I want to say thanks.